Hi, I'm Susie Sims. Welcome to our PBS special on the Lincoln family. Many people wonder, how did living in the White House impact family? We start in Lincoln backyard with two of Lincoln's children playing. Why don't you two boys tell me a little bit about yourselves?
My name is William Lincoln, but most people called me Willie.
And I was the fourth and final son of the Lincoln family. My name is Thomas Lincoln, but most people call me Tad.
I was born on December 21st, 1850, and I died on February 20th, 1862.
I was born on April 4th, 1853, and died on July 5th, 1871.
What did you do for fun while you were living in the White House?
Well, I was a really good student, but during my free time, I loved riding ponies.
And I had a bit of a list, but I was always known as the prankster of the family.
What was your daily routine?
Well, we really didn't get to see too much of each other because we would wake up and have breakfast at 8 in the morning, go through our daily lives, and then meet up and have dinner at 8 at night. And then we would have to go to bed. So we really did not get to see much of each other.
We especially didn't get to see Daddy a lot during the Civil War because he was always trying to look for new generals.
How did you die?
I died for many different reasons, but I was considered the most lovable and the most like my father of all the sons. So it really made a big impact on my dad, Abraham Lincoln, when I died.
After Daddy died, I lived in Europe with my mother, Mary Todd Lincoln, for about 3 years. But then I died of pleurisy, probably tubercular in origin.
Sadly, Mommy went crazy and she had to get put into a mental asylum. But luckily, we had each other to get through the rough times.
And now we meet Mary Todd Lincoln, the wife of Abraham Lincoln. Hello there, First Lady.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. How are you?
Good, and how are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Thank you.
What are you doing?
Well, I was thinking about maybe knitting a blanket or a shawl or something. Maybe for one of the boys. I don't know. It is kind of feminine. I don't know. Maybe we'll try giving it to my sister or something. I think she'd like it. Did you know that my sister's home is where my wedding took place?
Really? What was your wedding like?
Oh, it was great. The engagement period was a little bit rough. Actually, Abraham and I had to split for 15 months, I believe it was. I think we just needed a break. But then our wedding, that was great. It was wonderful.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your wedding?
It was small, maybe 30 friends and family, and I wore a beautiful white muslin dress, no veil or anything. I didn't need that. And Abraham, of course, looked wonderful. And for our honeymoon, well, it wasn't really a honeymoon because we ended up having to rent a place there for a year or so. It's actually where our son Robert was born while we were living in that house. We rented it maybe $3 or $4 a week. It was nice.
Did you have any other houses before you lived in the White House?
Yes. We rented one $100 a year. It was just a small 3-room. But then our real permanent home we bought on the corner of 8th and Jackson.
When you first moved into the White House, can you tell me what that was like?
Oh, well, Abraham, of course, was always very busy, and the boys were. We really didn't get to see much of each other, which was hard on me. And Lincoln was always so occupied. He almost sometimes seemed in a different place. Did you know he actually suffered from depression? And we kind of balanced each other out well, I suppose, because he was so shy and sometimes he seemed a little bit unhappy, and I was very exuberant and outgoing. Except for, you may know, I was a little bit moody, which wasn't really my fault, since some sources say that I had a brain tumor that may have caused it. But Lincoln was very tolerant, and he was one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Well, did your whole outlook on life change when all of your sons died?
Well, I was glad that Robert made it to old age, and let's see. We also had little Edward, who died before his 4th birthday, and we had Willie. Willie was very lovable. He died at 12 years old, and we had Tad. Tad made it to his 20s, and I got to live in Europe with him for 3 years. But all the deaths, plus Abraham's and my possible brain tumor, really made an impact. And I think that's one of the reasons why I may have gone crazy and had to get put in an asylum.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that wish with us.
Oh, thank you so much. I hope this scarf turns out well. Maybe I'll make you one.
Aw, shucks, thanks. Here we find President Lincoln reading a good novel. Hello, Mr. President.
Oh, hello there.
How are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. Would you mind if we asked you a few questions?
No, not at all.
Would you mind telling us a little bit about Mary Todd?
Oh, Mary Todd. Well, to me she was always beautiful, but to others was found a little bit stout and energetic.
Would you tell us a little bit about her mood swings?
Well, sometimes she would be incredibly angry, and sometimes sad and plain happy. I don't know why, but some say it was because of a brain tumor.
Okay. Would you tell us a little bit about your sons?
Well, I had 4. My first son was named Robert, who died in his late 80s, and Edward, unfortunately, never lived past 4. Then there was Willie. He was always my favorite, don't tell the others. But he reminded me of, well, me. And then there was Tad. He was the little prankster.
Really? Well, thank you so much for sharing some time with us, President Lincoln. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you for watching this PBS special on the Lincoln family.
And remember, you can always watch this again on PBS or find out more on pbs.org. Thank you for watching.